to Jungle Rob's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a kind of rice bowl, and we're going to use this rice cooker to do a lot of heavy lifting and to cook a lot of ingredients that are going in with this rice. You can cook a lot of stuff in here. You already saw me make cake in there and some bread and some desserts. Very, very useful, and this is just a small size, low-end rice cooker. If you have a bigger one, you can do even more stuff. So the first ingredient that's going to go in here is I'm just going to add 2 cups of water. It doesn't really matter if you have too much extra water because it's going to steam out anyways. And if it cooks a little extra, it's honestly fine. I'm going to use this measuring cup for my rice. This is just going to be enough for me, so I'm going to do 1 full scoop and a half scoop of rice. And I want some other vegetables going to be in there for me. First, I'm going to be adding carrot pulp. This is left over from the carrot juice that I've made before. I've used this to also make carrot cake, carrot bread. I'm also going to be mixing it with this rice, and it's this carrot pulp is going to give me all the vitamins and nutrients from the carrot that I do not drink in the juice. And I have plenty of this, so I can do this pretty often. Frozen peas. If you want to use peas and broccoli and a lot of other green vegetables, you want frozen ones first. It breaks down cell wall divisions and it gives your body a lot more access and ability to absorb the nutrients from them. And lastly, a bunch of zucchini cut stick style. Throw that in there. If you want to, you could add seasonings or things like that. I don't really like to add seasoning to my food for the most part, with the exception of dishes that really call for it, like curry. I'm just gonna mix it up. Close it up. I'm gonna plug this in and let it do its steaming. I'll come back when it's done. We'll let this cool and I'll talk to you about the other things I'm gonna put in there. Just a quick gout-friendly note. This is some full husk brown rice. It has not been shucked like most other store rice. So it has all the nutrients, minerals, roughage, and everything else that you actually want from rice instead of just eating naked white kernel rice or anything like that. Alright. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, welcome back. This is finished cooking. It's still pretty hot. I'm going to scoop things out of there. Be a little careful. Let's see if I can show you what we got going on in here. So, there you go. The rice is cooked. It's got the peas, the zucchini, carrot, all cooked into it nicely. This is going to be kind of the layers of this for our bowl. Still pretty hot. That's okay. So we're going to be adding other things to this so that we have some more nutritional stuff and some other textures and flavors going on. One of the things I'm adding is this seaweed. It's called Gim. This is pre-shredded. You could just get sheets of it and break it up if you want. It's made to go with rice. Also, just some soy sauce. I'm not going to use a lot of this because soy sauce has a good amount of salt in it and we don't want too much salt in our diet. I've got 100 grams of fresh salmon here. I've got 1 hard-boiled egg that are going to go in there too. So the first thing I'm going to do, get rid of this guy. Scoop out and layer at the bottom of my bowl some of my rice stuff. I'm just going to flatten it down with this. I'm going to be making a couple layers that are going to be pretty much identical because I want there to be consistent flavor and texture throughout this. I'm going to pat it down so that it's a flat layer on the bottom. I'm going to take my soy sauce. I'm just going to, you don't want it to, this too much, you just want to make, spread that around in there. It's not going to sink in because this is still wet rice, and just smooth it around the top. So I'm going to get this kind of more dark brown color from that. Open my seaweed. A pretty good covering. This is pretty crunchy. It's going to get soft from being put in between the layers here, but still remains some of that crispness. Flavor's pretty good too. So I've got my layer of that. Then I'm going to do another layer of my rice mix. I don't know if you can hear that kind of squishy sound. It's very soft. It's okay, that's what I want. Another little bit of soy sauce on this. Not a lot, again, just a little for flavor. Smooth it around. Some more seaweed. Let it pretty consistently spread across each layer. Last of this. Alright, sink. Smooth that out. Now if you want, you can put even more gim here. I don't want to put more gim here. All that I'm going to use. I've cut my 100 grams of salmon into these thin strips that are kind of square and rectangular there. I'm just going to, you can do it with your hands if you want, you can use chopsticks, you can use tongs, something. I'm going to put it on here a little ornately. Hard-boiled egg, you can cut in half if you want or not, doesn't matter. I'm just going to take it, I'll put it right there in the center. I'm just gonna rotate the bowl, put my sushi on here. Put my salmon on here. Spreading it out. So when I eat this, I'm gonna use a spoon or use chopsticks. I'm gonna use a spoon, you can use spoon or chopsticks, whatever you want. The idea is that you spoon down, you get one of these nice shreds of fish, you get the rice, beans, the rice, the peas, the zucchini, the gim, each mouthful, same kind of delicious taste. You get the protein and the other nutrients from the salmon. You get the brown rices, minerals and vitamins. You get all the benefits of the vegetables you put in here. So all the beta carotene from the carrot and all the other vitamins and minerals from your zucchini and your peas and broccoli or anything else that you would have want to put in there. You could have put in there. Alright, so there we go at the end. We got this nice salmon bowl, 100 grams of meat, egg for a little bit extra protein, plenty of crunch and flavor throughout it. Everything in this is good for you and gout friendly. You can see I used very, very little soy sauce just to enhance the flavor. Use a spoon, use chopsticks, whichever you prefer. Dig in and enjoy. And I hope to see you next time on Drunken Rob's Kitchen.